everyone, Amy here. I just wanted to pop on here and make a quick card with you. It's a busy week for me. I'm hoping to get one more video done with scrapbooking, but you never can tell. So I just thought, you know what, I'm gonna go on and make a card quickly. So here is the stamp of the month. And I'm gonna get on this stamp of the month bandwagon where everybody's creating lovely cards with the stamp of the month. And I just wanted to see, because I'm using Lagoon on this card, and I did ink the Lagoon up quite a bit to make it match this vintage blue blend. But I also have the turquoise. I think this is the turquoise blue blend. Yeah, blue turquoise blend. So let's see if this one matches better. That's pretty good. I think I'm going to do a combination. I don't think I want to use the darkest from this one because I do like the vintage one. Okay, so I'm going to go color a butterfly, but not this butterfly because this one's going to be underneath. I'm going to color this one, and I shouldn't have cut it. Now it's going to be hard to color, but hopefully you can see this okay. So this is the lightest of the turquoise. Blue turquoise blend. So I'm just going to actually color the entire wing parts with it. It'll kind of be the background, and then I'll do some shading with the other blend. So I would say the trick with these markers is just to color in short strokes like this. Don't like, right? Like you want to just kind of do short little strokes. That works the best. Okay, that's done. Oh, okay. And then now I'm going to use this one. I'm going to start with the dark, and I'm just going to start. So on this one, I colored some areas dark, and then I also shaded in some areas. So I think I'm going to go a little different here. I'm going to do this little bit here in the dark. That'll fade back a bit as it dries. Just a little. And then these guys, I think I'm going to shade up a little ways. And then maybe we'll do a little alternating here. So let's do the same thing over here. I did this one totally. And this one here. And a little bit up here. There we go. Now we're going to go to the mid blend and just extend that shading down a little ways. And I'm hoping, because I put that turquoise behind, that it's going to match the Lagoon. Although I'm going to distress the Lagoon quite a bit. So I think it'll be okay, even if it doesn't match great. Here we go. And then I'm going to go with the lightest one. And kind of go over it all and blend it all in. I think I always overlap where I'm trying to blend, because if you don't overlap, then it's really hard to make it look blended. Here we go. Maybe some of these guys up here kind of have some different shades too. And then maybe I'll just use a little bit of the mid turquoise. This is the turquoise, the blue turquoise blend. Oh, that looks nice. So I'm just doing real little, like, this is how, if I were drawing, and I'm not good at drawing, I would draw whiskers or antenna, just little flicks. Oh, I like that. See how that, I'm gonna add a little more. And then the lightest one, I don't actually have the blending marker. I have one actually, but I don't have a Spectrum Noir one because my husband went to architecture school and had to use these markers. So I actually have a whole collection of non-Spectrum Noir flavor. Spectrum Noir. And then I just colored those spots. All right, and then his little body, I think I'm gonna do just with, I don't really have a gray. Maybe I'll just use the brown, the muted brown blend that I have. We'll just do this little body with that. And I see here, if you look close, I didn't cut up to his little body, so I'm gonna go up there. So when I cut this one out, I definitely, I went really close, and if you want, you can even just go right to the edge, and I'll probably like ink the edge a bit too, like that. And then what I also want to do is cut in between. So a real butterfly, these would be separate wings, right? So I just want to cut in between those wings. So just like that. So that they're, see how they're loose now? So when I put butterflies on, well, first we'll cut this one out. So this is how I fussy cut. When I'm trying to, you know, you want it to kind of look as nice as it does when you've got the thin cuts. You want to turn the paper and not the scissor, and you want to leave a fair bit of a white margin. And it's safer that way because if your white margin tends to get smaller in one spot, first of all, it's not super noticeable if it's not a lot smaller. And second of all, I have to talk and cut at the same time, and that's hard for me. You can always go back and take a little, I'm a hairdresser, so you can always go back and take a little more off if one spot looks like it's not cut close enough to the edge, but you cannot go back and put more on, right? So you want to err on the side of caution. But you see how, like this, I'm not by any means doing this perfectly, but you see how it looks fine. And if you ink around it, it hides it even more. Get that bit out of my way for a minute. There we go. I got a little kind of corner right here. See, so here I could come a little closer if I wanted. It's not a super big deal to me, but then you can always go in and take a few spots closer. But once you've done it too close, then you can't really fix that. You have to stamp it again. All right, I get these pieces out of the way, and I'll show you how I like to pop up the butterfly on top. So what I like to do is I like to glue the body straight down. This guy actually lifted up, I think. And then I like to raise up the wings. And I have dimensional tape, but I have the two different sizes of dimensional tape. I don't have much of the small one left. So on the bottom wings, I'm going to put this small one. And then on the top, I'll put the bigger one. Get ahead of myself. Let's cut that one in half. Or it will be too big there. Right, and then I'm gonna take glue to the center. That way it looks like his wings are kind of like above his body, like a butterfly really looks when he's landed on something. Obviously not as high as, I can't make them like go back and forth like they do. I mean, maybe you could if you were really fancy, but you want it kind of right over top of the one that's there. And then I'm just gonna hold that center down for a minute so it sticks. You see how those wings kind of come up, and you can even put a few gemstones or something there on the body. So I'm just gonna distress this a little around the edge with whatever's on my sponge. I think it's gray, charcoal or something. And even I'll just take a little bit of whatever's on this one, which is, I think, like a tealy color. It's not a big deal. Just kind of want it to look all distressed. And I do like, if you look here, I've matched my color a lot better just by adding this one in, these two together. So they're blending pens. Don't be afraid to blend more than one, rather than like more than one color together, rather than just the blends that are in the one marker. All right, so now I've got this piece, and last time I did some of these leaves in the background, but they're all right, but I'm not crazy about them, so I don't think I'm gonna do that again. What I'm gonna do is just stamp on here. I'm just gonna distress up this background a little bit with some toffee and some charcoal inks, and just kind of tone it back and distress it towards the edges and give it kind of a less bright hue. If you're enjoying this video, this is a little reminder to hit that thumbs up button down below and subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna avoid this part of the frame. Actually, I'm gonna wipe that off. Now I'm doing it upside down, but that's actually okay because I don't think you'll ever see that. I don't have a sponge behind, but oh, it does show a little that I don't have the sponge. That's okay. Fix that mistake. There we go. Let's put it behind this paper too. All right, so then what we're gonna do here is I'm just gonna put the words, and then I'm gonna keep pulling them back. So that you get kind of a corner like that. And here, maybe I'll just, this is upside down. That's totally fine. Unless it's not fine with you, then don't do that. But for me, it's fine. It doesn't bother me. Nobody's gonna read the words in the background. And if they do, then they'll see that they're creatively every which way. All right. Now I'm gonna add some of this postage thing. I'm adding some of these postage wavy lines from the stamp set with Lagoon ink. Let's go here. Okay, we're gonna there we go. And then I do think I need a little bit more of this, and I'm gonna ink it up, maybe even in the toffee. And I'll just, it's okay. There we go. A little bit more in the toffee. There's like a fly flying here. That time of year. There we go. Okay. And this corner too. I just kind of, how do I want to do that? There. Now I'm going to take charcoal and I'm really going to darken in that edge. Janice Gilhui, I think that's how you say her name. Anyways, she made a great video on making a collage from this. I'd already done it on a layout too. I made a short video of it, like it's one of those shorts or reels. You can find it on my channel though, it is there. And then just really gonna darken up that edge. Well, it looks good, I think. And then this, I want to add, it looks kind of bluey, so I'm going to add a little bit of toffee to it yet. There. These can get out of the way. So I actually have a second layer I'm going to put under there. I always use scraps for cards. I usually don't cut into new pieces of paper for cards just because, I don't know, it's like it feels wasteful to me when I have all these pieces that I could be using and the person's not going to know whether I used older scraps or whether I cut into a new 12 by 12 sheet. I understand though, if you're like a major card maker, you're like, but I envision cards the moment I see certain paper packs. I get that. But I just, because I want to use it for scrapbooking, I want to save it for that. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. I think I'm going to come up here and I'm going to put happy birthday. So I have that here. I'll show you how I'm going to make that look like it's a bit of a different color. I'm just going to cut that straight. So I go in a little ways and then I come from corners in. That's pretty good. And then we're gonna there, go like that, and then I'll add, where's the teal brush? A little bit of this too. But see, it doesn't even look like white cardstock anymore. So I think I'm gonna stick that up here like that. Yeah. I think if the stamp is crooked and that's what my issue is, there we go. That's better. So again, I'm gonna ink this guy up like crazy. I really want it distressed looking. Let's put that down first. We're going to try and center that with that white crisp edge around the outside. There we go. Then we're going to add this one and like that. I'm going to add this one and I'm going to go right to the edge, or I think to the edge of there. Here we go. And then we need this one. That isn't very straight. Somebody should have told me. Were you yelling at the screen? It's crooked. Amy, it's crooked. There we go. So there is my finished card. Hope you like it. Bye.